How's it going, guys? Stephen Hellmann here for the weekly Chirp, and I'm sorry I'm getting out to you a little late this week. I was snowboarding all weekend, and then with all the announcements today, with Doug Pederson being officially named head coach, bringing in Jim Schwartz, I figured, you know what, I'll just wait till now to get the video out because we just have so much stuff to go over, and you know, I just don't want to leave you guys hanging. Tom's not here. He's got work tonight, and we're trying to figure things out. His schedule's been wonky, and it's so hard because you got all these announcements coming up right now. So it's so hard to let's lock in a time because but then a coach gets hired and something else. Like last week when we were doing Bird Buzz, we were finishing the episode. We kept going through it, and then something would happen. Something would get changed. Ben McAdoo got hired, so it was just things just kept getting thrown off. So hopefully now we have a little stability until free agency starts, and then obviously the draft. So a lot of things to go over, but man, first off, it was wild though. The divisional playoff round was anything you could ask for. I mean, the Green Bay Packers and Arizona Cardinals game was insane. I'm convinced Aaron Rodgers is a Jedi. The way he does things, there's all those Hail Marys, unreal. I want the Packers to win that game, and I don't really like the Packers, but I just love Aaron Rodgers, and he's my favorite player in the NFL. Non-Eagle, but that's not an Eagle. Sorry, non-Eagle. That's kind of weird. You know what I meant, though. He's my favorite player. That's not an Eagle. And just the way he goes about things is just awesome. But you know what? I'm happy for the Cardinals, too, and Carson Palmer. I feel like he's had a lot of bad breaks, and, good for them. But then the Panthers game, I kind of thought Seattle was going to somehow figure out a way to get it done, and I would have never thought that the Panthers would have been up 31-0 at halftime. That was unreal. So hats off to the Panthers. I think they're a little cocky, need to be grounded considering that they haven't really won anything yet, but you know what? Let them have their moment. And then the AFC, the Broncos, Peyton Manning getting it done. Not pretty, but he did it. And you know what? I think he got to roll with him next week because obviously the NFL wants it because Brady and Manning, that's going to get good ratings. But, I mean, Osweiler's just an unproven guy. And Manning's just been there. He's a veteran. I thought he played well. They just dropped a lot of balls on him. And then the last game, Kansas City Patriots, and Doug Pederson already getting grilled at the press conference today that he had, where they were calling him out on the clock management from a game from another team. So welcome to Philadelphia, buddy, because you're getting scrutinized for stuff that you did that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what happened there. It has no effect on what's going to happen in your Eagles tenure. So it's just it's welcome to Philly. We're very demanding. We want to know why things didn't work. We want to know how things are going to get better. So welcome aboard, Dougie. We're happy to have you. And, he also announced Jim Schwartz is going to be the defensive coordinator. So 4-3. And Fletcher Cox put out a tweet today about that. And he is very excited. Said 4-3. I must be dreaming. So, that's going to be him and Benny Logan in the middle. Is just going to be wreaking havoc. And with that, it's really going to, I think it's going to be great because it's going to hide our deficiencies at linebacker. Because we just, we were banged up on linebacker, and once Jordan Hicks went out last year, we all saw what happened. It just completely fell apart in combination with, Bradford going down too, and Sanchez coming in, and then the whole team just looked like they took 3 weeks off. But I digress. I think the 4-3 is gonna be really great for our defense, and the last thing moving forward really is Bradford. I mean, what are they gonna do with him? I don't know. I mean, the way I see it, my theory is, I just don't see Laurie tolerating going less than 7 or 9. So I think he had all these coaching candidates, and he said that yeah, Doug was our guy from day one. You're gonna say that. You're not gonna be like, oh, we wanted to hire this guy, but we couldn't get that guy. Could you imagine if your employer said that? Yeah, we were gonna hire your best friend, but your best friend got another job, so we went with you, even though we wanted him, but because he wasn't available, we were stuck with you. No, they're going to embrace you and take you in, so I don't buy anything that he says with that. But I think what happened was, I think they didn't get one of these top flight candidates, and this is my theory. Tom thinks I'm crazy, but this is my theory. Why couldn't they get one of those top guys if they didn't have some stipulations? Doug Pederson, Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie could kind of mold him and be like, hey, listen, you don't have any experience, bud. So guess what? These are our players, Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray. Make it work. And Doug Pederson, why would he not take a head coach in the NFL? Why would he not go for it? He'd be a fool not to take an NFL head coaching gig when no one else wanted to give him one. And I think Doug can be a good coach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to knock him, but you know what? I feel like Jeffrey Lurie and And Howie Roseman could have put some pressure on to be like, listen, you take the job, but you got to work with these guys. And I think that was just something that they agreed upon behind closed doors. So I think Bradford is going to stay. However, I am not opposed to them going out and getting Carson Wentz in the draft and taking that money and spending it on somewhere else. However, you are going to have to pay your quarterback eventually, because you know what happens when you don't pay your quarterback? Houston Texans, look at them this year, 8-8. Get in the playoffs, they win their division, one of the worst divisions in football, probably AFC South, NFC East, two worst divisions in football this year. And, actually AFC South's just been bad, really bad the past few years. So, but, they didn't have a quarterback, and they suffered. They suffered in the playoffs. Brian Hoyer, Chips Ahoyer looked awful. I think he had 5 turnovers. I don't know how many of those, I think 4 were picks. 1 was a fumble. I wouldn't quote me on that, but, that's what happens when you try and just skimp on quarterback. You have to pay your quarterback eventually. It's the hardest position in all pro sports. That's why they make a lot of money. Even that tater-tot eating, fumbling, hang on to the ball too long, Nick Foles got paid $13 million for getting hot twice. Getting hot, having 2 hot stretches as an Eagle, and now he doesn't even start on the team. So, and he made like $14 million. So you got to pay your quarterback. That's just the way it works. So it'd be interesting to see what they do moving forward. I'm not opposed to either option, but, I think you got to, I think Bradford gives us the best chance to win right now. I think the rest of the roster is in their prime, and all we need is a decent quarterback to come in and hold it down. And I thought Bradford was great last year. It's just everyone else didn't play well because of the scheme and the situations that they were put in. And, I feel like if Chip Kelly would have made a few changes, Eagles probably could have won the division. At the same time, a few plays would have went their way, a few field goals would have been made, a few catches would have been dropped. Chip Kelly would still have been here, and Eagles would have been probably 9-7, and they still could be playing right now. Probably not, but you never know. So it's just that's just how things goes. It's just a few little things can completely change the future. It's crazy about that. A few events, anything, it's just a few things, and everything just completely changes. But thanks for joining me, guys. I'll be back with Bird Buzz on Thursday. Not sure I'm going to have time with me, so you guys bring a bunch of questions. I'll go through them rapid fire, answer them to the best of my abilities. I am not the expert like him, but I'll go through them as great as I could, and I love talking to you guys. So make sure you get your question in for Bird Buzz this week. And also, for the final question for this video, comment in the sections below. What do you guys think of Doug Pederson? Like him? Don't like him? Think we should have got someone else? Did we settle? What do you think of him? Does he look like Mr. Incredible? I think he does. I think he looks like Mr. Incredible, and that's I don't know. Just his big face, his long chin, he just looks like Mr. Incredible. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.